Hello everyone, welcome to another video. In this video, we will see form number IMM 0248, which is Schedule 1 Rural Community Immigration Pilot. This is also known as applicant form. Also, I will be sharing an extra bonus tip you don't want to miss. So stick around until the end of the video. Without any further delay, let's get started. Here you have to give your last name, your given name or your first name as per the passport, which is Pushpendra Singh. Here you have to give the passport number. I am giving my number here. Here you have to select your date of birth. I'm going to select some random date. And here you have to give your country of birth and your citizenship, country of residence. So I am in Canada now, so I will write Canada. If you are in India or any other country, you have to type that country name. And your mobile phone number. If you have extension number, then you can write it or leave it blank. Your email address, marital status. So I am married, I will select married. Number of accompanying family members. So if you are single, you can type 0. And if you are married and you have one kid, you can write 2. One for your spouse and one for your kid. Here you have to write your address. Second point is you have to give your employer's information. So you have to write your company name here, for example, OLG, your company telephone number, your business mailing address of the company. Here you have to write the physical location of your job. It can be same as per this address or it can be different. Here you have to give your job title and it should be same as what is written in your job offer letter. I'll take some examples, software engineer, and here you have to give the knock code of the occupation. For example, 61225. And here you have to write the industry classification sector. So this information you will get from your employer. So when your employer will share the document with you, which is the employer's form, you can take that information from that form. Next, you have to write main duties of your job in this field. But I recommend to copy paste from the employer's form because that form also have this field and employer will fill that information and you just copy the same information from the other form to this form. Next is your job is permanent or not? If your job is permanent, check yes. If not, check no. And here you have to mention your start date of the job. Next is you have to describe how you find the job. For example, you can write, you saw job posting on the company's website and you applied for the job. An interview was scheduled and you got selected for that job. Last point of this section is, did you meet with the employer prior to being offered the job? Yes, in person, check this. If you met remotely, check this. And if you have not met, check no. In my case, I never met the employer before the offer is made. The third section is language proficiency test. You have to write the name of the test here. For example, you have given English test and the exam is IELTS. You have to write IELTS here. Date of the test results and when you have given the exam. And in the last section, you have to write the score of each sections. Fourth topic is work experience. Are you a qualified international student? If you don't know what is the criteria of international student, I have made video on eligibility for RCIP and I have mentioned in detail about international students eligibility. So let's continue with this video. So if you are eligible international student, check yes. If you are not, check no. If you are not an international student, you have to show 1 year of experience, which is 1560 hours in last 3 years. And you have to give information of your employment here. Even if you are international student or not, everyone should fill this information at least once, because if you are an international student, you have to write your current employment details. And if you are not an international student, then you have to write multiple work experience. So to add multiple work experience, click on this plus sign. So let's see quickly what information you have to fill in work experience. First one is duration, from date and to date. If you are putting the current information, then to date will be blank. Your employer name, the address, your job title, knock code, main duty performed, and employment reference name. So you can add your manager's information or your colleague's information here, their email address, and the contact number. The fifth section is education. Here you have to select what degree you have, which starts with the high school or 12th standard and ends with doctorate or PhD. So it's normally in a sequential order in this way. For example, if you have done bachelor's degree, click on bachelor's and put the date when you have completed your education. I'm selecting a random date here. You have to give the name of the institution and the address. And next section is, was your education completed outside of Canada? Say yes or no. If it is yes, then you have to provide ECA. Here you have to put the organization name who provided ECA, like WES is one of the organization who do ECA. Here you have to put the issue date and the certificate number. And next is settlement fund, which says I am aware of the settlement fund requirement to apply for permanent residence if I am not currently working in Canada, and attest that I have sufficient fund to meet the requirement. So if you are working, you don't have to show any settlement fund, but if you are not working, then you have to show the settlement funds. And if you want to know how much settlement fund you have to show, click on this link. And from this table, you know how much settlement fund you have to show. So click yes for this. And last point is declaration, which says, I declare that the information I have given is truthful, complete, and correct. And here you have to put your signature and the date. And the form is completed. So the bonus tip I was talking about earlier in this video is you cannot sign this form as is. So the question is how you can put your signature. There are a couple of options to sign this form. First one is you can just take a printout, do your physical signature and scan the document and you can upload it. But the simplest way is print this form as print as PDF. For example, click on this printer and print this form as Microsoft Print to PDF. Click print and you can add the signature in that PDF. So that's a small tip. So it only works with Windows machine. If you are on Mac, I don't know the solution. That's everything in this video. I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.